Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Iman Bespa from section 1. Today I will explain about question 4 part 1 for final assignment electronic principle. Okay, for the introduction, diodes are connected inside the circuit into configuration. These configurations are series and parallel. If diodes are connected in series, the combined effect is to increase the reverse blocking capability. When forward current flow in the forward direction, both diodes conduct the same current and the forward voltage drop are very similar. Connecting diodes in parallel will increase the current carrying capability. But if we combine two of them, we will get both of benefit. Okay, we go to the question. Question 1. Diode is made from N-type and P-type intrinsic semiconductor. Figure 1 show an example of electrical circuit using diode. Calculate the value of V0 and ID for the circuit figure 1. Okay, for the figure 1, we must find ID first. ID we will calculate 15 volt power supply. Go to the silicon diode 0.7 volt and germanium 0.3 volt and to the 6.6 kilo ohm. And the calculation is 15 volt minus 0.7 volt minus 0.3 volt minus ID times by 6.6 kilo ohm. And ID we find 2.12 milliampere. And for the V0, we take from the 2.12 milliampere ID, we times by 6.6 kilo ohm here, and we get 13.992 volt or 14 volt. For the simulation, we go to the multisim, we run the circuit. As we can see here, the current we get 2.10 milliampere. Almost same with ID we get from calculation, so 2.12 milliampere. And for the voltage, we get 13.9 volt. This also same with calculation V0 13.992 volt. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ghazali bin Hamzah with matrix number B081910080. I'm going to explain about the question 2. Okay, let's go.
What is the question 2 about? Okay, question 2 is about bridge rectifier circuit, one of full wave rectifier circuit. A full wave rectifier circuit is a circuit that converts alternating current into continuous current and that utilizes both halves of each cycle of the alternating current. Okay, the first question. Calculate the peak voltage for positive and negative cycle. For positive half cycle and negative half cycle, the formula is same. VO equal VM over 2. So the given VO is 10 volt, divided by 2 become 5 volt. Okay, next question. The question 2. Draw the output waveform VO for the circuit. So this is the drawn output waveform. Okay, the third question. Determine the value of peak inverse voltage PIV. So the formula for PIV for this circuit is PIV equal VO max. VO in this case is 5 volt. So the PIV is 5 volt. Okay, this is the circuit in the multisim simulation. First, you see a function gen and a 2 diode that is made like in the question. A 3 resistor, 2 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm. This 2 diode is the germanium diode. Okay, first we see the function generator. The frequency is 50 Hz and the amplitude is 10 volt voltage peak. Okay, next we see the oscilloscope and we run the multisim. Okay, and now we pause it and see the voltage peak for the circuit. So the peak is 12 volt for the big graph, for the big wave, and 5 volt for the smaller wave. Okay, next discussion. The value when calculating mathematically is not the same as simulation because formula used when mathematically is in case of all the resistor is 1 ohm instead of different value. Thank you for watching.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hanan Razzi bin Asman with matrix number of B0819100031. I will elaborate my answer for the third question in question 4.
The question given is here. They ask to draw a simplified circuit for positive and negative cycle, then calculate the output voltage Vout for both cycles. As to require the simplified circuit during the progress like this, first we need to identify the on state of the diode, whether it is from the negative cycle or positive cycle, because the capacitor need to be charged first. For this problem, the on state of the diode is at the positive cycle. Then, when the off state begin at the negative cycle, the diode will be short circuit. As for the calculation for output voltage for both cycles, here is the calculation. As you can see, the diode is facing downward, so automatically the positive cycle will be the diode on state and the negative cycle will be opposite, which is the off state. When the diode is on state, the output voltage will be the same as the diode, but in this question they doesn't require the diode type, so we assume the voltage is 0. And for the V out at the negative cycle will be V in, which is 8 volt, plus V capacitor 8 volt also. And for the second question is to sketch the output waveform V out for the circuit. And here is the waveform where 0 volt at positive cycle and negative 16 volt at negative cycle.
Now is the time for the simulation.
In this simulation, I use 0.1 microfarad of capacitor, 1 kilo ohm of resistor and silicon type diode. The output waveform is like this. The required waveform from this multisim is different from calculation because of the value from diode, resistor and capacitor in the multisim. At the positive cycle, there is no or low voltage because the V out is equal to the voltage diode and the diode will be fully charged. When entering the negative cycle, the diode will fully discharge from full to empty, and the reason why the graph is curving is because when the charge in capacitor decrease by time, the discharging time will be slower and resulting the curve.
For the discussion, in order to get the value for calculation and simulation nearly close, we need to make sure that the exact value for the component that we use is measured with multimeter or ammeter before doing the simulation.